Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode of your Brains Coach podcast. My name is Shurina. I'm your host, I'm your Brains Coach, and it is my job here to bring to you the best, the cutting edge, the most useful, most interesting and fascinating brain body tools so you could control your brain better to feel, look, and do your absolute best. And this whole week, we were talking about energy and how to manage our energy better, because you already know that it's not the energy that you get, it's how you use that energy. It's how you manage that energy is what matters. It's kind of like if you think about the sun, it gives us so much energy, and potentially we can fuel our whole activity on Earth with just sun energy when we know how to seize it, how to use it, how to manage it, right? With different technology that we create. And we're moving into that direction. But the same applies to your body. All of the cells in your body create a lot of energy. But if you kind of become that inefficient battery and you waste that energy all over the place, you're going to get a lot less available for your work, and that will translate also into feeling not as motivated to take any action, feeling more on a lazier side. Like when your energy goes all over the place, your brain feels like you have less available, and your brain starts controlling your thoughts, your emotions, your actions in a way that makes you less of you, makes you less expressive, makes you less productive, and at the end of the day, it affects in a big way the way your life goes, the trajectory of your life, the quality of work you deliver. Your energy levels, how your brain perceives your energy levels, have a lot to do with how your life turns out. So it's very important to be able to manage your energy. And we talked in this podcast about how using coffee in the right way can be such a game changer, because that perceived energy is not just the actual energy that you have, but also it's the brain chemical cocktail, like different neurotransmitters and hormones and neurohormones, some other molecules in your brain that will create a certain kind of feeling that, in order to be productive, for example, we need to feel energized, but we also need to feel alert, not sleepy. We need to feel focused, not distracted all over the place. In order to create that state of alertness, calm alertness, and not all over the place and anxious alertness, alertness and focus and energy, brain chemistry has to be optimized in a certain way. And for example, coffee is a psychoactive compound that changes that brain chemistry, and that also actually changes how your cells use energy. So when you have caffeine, that adrenaline, that cortisol, like stress, state of your nervous system is on, and your cells start using a lot more of that energy. And usually, if not managed well, the amount, the time, not managed with your circadian cycle, not aligned with that cycle, what's going to happen is you actually might screw up that energy and that state of alertness and focus when you are supposed to be productive. And instead you get either a spike and crash or jitterness or being distracted and all over the place. A lot of things can happen with just misuse of this one substance that 90% of population consume. And I don't have the statistics of how much of population consumes the coffee the wrong way. But from my personal experience, most of the people I talk to, most of the people I work with, do not know yet how to use the caffeine the right way. So it enhances your alert and focus and energized biology without the side effects. We also talked, of course, about my favorite hack and how to make caffeine last longer. On Wednesday, we talked about nutrition and how the wrong kind of breakfast and the wrong kind of lunch and dinner can really screw up your productivity. And instead of you feeling focused and alert, you might feel sleepy and foggy. That's a common occurrence for a lot of people these days, and a common reason is the wrong kind of breakfast, the wrong kind of lunch, the wrong kind of dinner, to the point that a lot of people started thinking that food makes them perform worse like they are at their best when they're hungry. That is actually not the case. Your brain works best when it's fueled the right weight and when there is a balance between your digestive system and your brain. So please listen to this episode about brain nutrition for focus, alertness, and productivity. This is the last episode. It's called Brain Nutrition, and there is also a longer subtitle, so tune into that episode. Today, I want to talk to you with other tools that will help you to manage your energy. Like, for example, a lot of people then ask me, okay, I'm not going to drink my caffeine right after waking, but what do I do if I want to be productive, if I want to start working, for example? My schedule, personally, how I prefer it, I wake up and after a short period of meditation, shower, I like to get to work right away. And so that's very early in the morning, usually around 5:30. And I also do not drink caffeine at that time. And sometimes I wake up and I'm not feeling my most energized and awake self. So I also have to do certain things to put myself into that state of alertness, energy, and focus. So what do I do, right? So today we're going to answer this question. Also, midday. For a lot of you, midday is a time when you feel naturally a little bit slower and low on energy, a little bit less awake. So what can you do to bring your alertness up when you need to get things done without caffeine that can, and for most people will, screw up your sleep? So what do you do then? Or if it's late afternoon and definitely not the time for caffeine and other sources of caffeine like tea, green tea, black tea, all of them have caffeine. What do you do then, right? Or if you need to put in more work hours after dinner, what kind of dinner you have? Well, dinner we talked about last time, so tune in on Wednesday episode. But what do you do? What kind of tools available to you to use to bring that alertness, that focus up without any psychoactive substances that can negatively affect your cycle of wakefulness and sleep and productivity and recovery? So what are those tools? I have these protocols that I gave them specific names to bring the idea to our mind and to make it stickier, right? So you remember it better. So morning Kickstarter, that's the formula for the morning when you wake up and you need to get things done and you need to get ready to go. And caffeine is not supposed to be there. And why it's not? Listen to the podcast we did on Monday. That is 2 episodes back. So morning Kickstarter is designed to give you that state of energy, of alertness, of focus without all the stimulants. How do you do that? Actually, not that difficult. There are 3 major things, and one sort of pre-game, a bonus thing in that protocol. Very easy, very simple, free, available anywhere. So morning Kickstarter, how to get yourself into energized, focused, alert state without the caffeine. Number 1, well, pre-game, get hydrated. By the way, let me take a sip of this water that keeps your brain running the right way. When you sleep, you get dehydrated for 7-8 hours. You're in bed, and as you sleep, as you don't move, all of your cells and your brain as well get dehydrated. You're not getting any water. And even 2% of dehydration causes your brain to function worse. And worse, that can be measured on cognitive tests. And also your cells need to remove all the garbage byproducts of all metabolism that happen during the night. And it's kind of like shower from inside out, right? You take the shower in the morning, and from outside, but you also need to help your cells to do the cleaning from the inside. So water allows you to do that. Your cells need water to move things around, but also your brain performance, your alertness, your focus depend on the level of your hydration. Hydration is very important for all aspects of performance and your metabolism. So hydration, this is pre-game. Big glass, 250 milliliters to half a liter. My personal dose is half a liter as soon as I wake up and after I brush my teeth, actually. And then 3-step morning Kickstarter routine. Very simple, light. Turn on as much bright light as possible. If it's already bright outside, if it's sunny, get outside for 5-10 minutes. If it's sunny, for 20 minutes. If it's cloudy, that sunlight in the morning, first couple of hours of sunrise will give, we talked in this podcast about this a lot, will give the signal to your brain that it's morning, that it's time to jumpstart all the processes. And this light has this alerting effect. So it's going to optimize your dopamine, the one that keeps you driven and focused and getting things done. So get outside, or turn on at the very least all the lights in your place. There are also circadian lamps, or also happy lamps. Actually, they have the same functionality. Very affordable, $20-$30 on Amazon, and you put this lamp where you work, and that will also increase alertness and focus better than coffee. The second thing is movement. And no, I'm not saying you have to work out first thing in the morning, but do some movement. In the morning, I don't work out anymore. I usually do a short burst of exercise, 5 squats, 5 jump squats, 5 burpees, 5 push-ups, 5 crunches. And I do this sequence for about 3 minutes, and then I'm done. And this, again, with light, this will wake you up better than any coffee, and you will even wonder, like, why did I need coffee in the first place? And plus, it's going to start the blood circulation, oxygenation of your brain, all of your cells, all of your tissues. It's going to stimulate your muscles. So many good things going to happen. And exercise is also one of those signals that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, your 24-hour circadian cycle. Set it the right way. It's kind of like natural alarm. So movement. And then in the next couple of hours of your waking, get that protein in, of 30 to 40 grams of protein. Protein has this, again, alerting, focusing effect for many reasons. Your body uses protein for many different reactions, but also your brain needs, for example, protein to create dopamine, the major molecule of focus, of getting things done, of motivation, of drive to act. So many good things dopamine does, and it needs protein to be created. 30-40 grams of protein. Either get a shake or eat, like I, for breakfast, get 3 eggs. I get a lot of yogurt, so I usually get about 40 grams of protein for breakfast. A lot of people don't like to have a lot of food in the morning, so get at least that shake with 30-40 grams of protein. And here you go, your pregame, your water as soon as you wake up, and then light, movement, and protein. So this is morning Kickstarter that works much better than coffee. And why I say much better? Because then later in the morning, you can get that caffeine once your alertness starts going down. And that's the perfect time to get that caffeine. And so then you're going to feel more alert. And if you use my hack that you can learn about, that I talked about on Monday, the caffeine user manual episode, if you use my hack, you can prolong that caffeine even longer, for 5 hours, all the way till the afternoon, and you won't even feel that crush, or that you actually feel any different when you use that hack that I'm talking about. So caffeine user manual, check out that episode that we did on Monday, 2 episodes back. But yeah, back to morning Kickstarter formula. So try it, and if it doesn't work, just let me know. But I'm 100% sure, more than 100% sure, that it's going to work for you. The right kind of the right kind of movement, and that protein will make you feel alert and focused. Of course, if you never sleep enough and you barely get any sleep, there are a lot of things that are not going to be working, no matter how many morning Kickstarters you do. But that's why, sleep is the foundation. I just wanted to make this note, because then, some people might tell me, well, I didn't sleep well, I did your morning Kickstarter and I still felt sleepy. Well, get some sleep first. and then bring up that alertness and wakefulness to get productive first thing without caffeine. Now, let's move to midday. This is when your natural deep and alertness and focus is going to happen for everyone. It's going to be slightly different for everyone, depends on when you wake up, etc. But it's going to happen. I, these days, don't notice that midday slowdown. Why is that? Well, because I use the tools that bring that alertness back up in a natural way without caffeine. What are those tools? Movement, back to movement. And by the way, I call this protocol or a set of options midday refresher. So you freshen up your brain and feel as fresh as a daisy or as alert and focused as you feel in the morning, or very close to that you don't even notice the difference. So midday refresher, one of the best things to do in midday, do a workout. I basically switched my workout time to midday because I experienced this effect. I work out in midday and I don't have that deep in alertness and focus. In fact, my evenings became much more productive and also creative. And I just have this beautiful energy. It brings a special flow to my day. Like in the morning, I'm naturally focused, alert, productive. So I focus on work, on creating this podcast, on working on clients' files that, solving different issues and problems, like addressing things. And then, or working on presentations or talks. And then in the afternoon, I take a break, I work out, and then I have a whole second part of the day that feels super productive and just as alert, as focused as my morning. So workout. By the way, if you don't want to do long workouts, you can also do that protocol that you did in the morning with burpees and squats and push-ups, 3 to 5 minutes. You can also, that has this alerting and focusing effect. You can go outside and go for a walk. Take a 20-30 minute walk, and that will help you to stay focused and alert. That movement that will stimulate blood circulation and blood flow again to everything, your brain including. Your brain needs a lot of oxygen and water and fuel and blood flow to function properly, and movement helps to deliver all of that to your brain and to everywhere else in the body, of course. But brain is specifically sensitive to movement and blood flow, increased blood flow associated with that. So either exercise or do a walk. Napping improves cognitive performance by 34%, 20-minute nap. That was measured in NASA. So take that nap. That is amazing refresher of your brain that will help you to focus, to stay alert, and to stay so productive. If you have a place, if you have a space, if you have an opportunity to take that nap, and with practice, you're going to get better and better with naps. What I mean by that is you're going to fall asleep, get into nap fast, and have this whole refreshing period very effectively instead of like struggling to fall asleep midday. And another thing that you can do, Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, does it midday or whenever he feels he needs a refresher of his cognitive abilities. So he does this protocol. Andrew Huberman, this rock star neuroscientist from Stanford, also popularized this protocol. It's called Yoga Nidra or body scan. Also, Andrew Huberman calls it non-sleep deep rest protocol, NSDR, so non-sleep deep rest protocol. And it's you lay down or sit down very relaxed on a couch or on a chair, on a comfortable chair, and then you close your eyes, and with guidance, usually on the video or audio, you go through this body scan. You basically focus your attention on different parts of your body, usually starting with your toes and your like hands and feet, and then going all the way up. And then some protocols will tell you to also focus on your breathing, and that's what you do for 10 minutes. You're basically just scanning your body with your attention. The protocol that I use is linked in the show notes, so if you want to check it out, it's on YouTube, it's free. Please do so. It's very effective. And I also use the same protocol as my evening chill. And I'm going to tell you in a second what does this mean and when and why you want to use it. But midday refresher, so you have quite a few options. You have 4 options. You can do a short workout, you can go for a walk, you can nap, and you can do yoga nidra. Lunch, we talked about lunch on the episode we did on Wednesday, so check that out. It was last episode on the best kind of lunch for alertness and productivity instead of sleepiness and brain fog. So tune in to that episode, this episode before this one. Now, so midday refresher, you have your 4 options, all of them work and based on good research. Now, the third one is evening chill. So you go through your day, you do all these activities, and then at some point you need to transition to recovery, sleep, chilling phase. And for a lot of people who are very productive, very active throughout the day, and they get a lot of ideas and they want to get a lot more things done. By the time it's evening, first of all, there is for a lot of people this period of time when they feel more awake and alert, like kind of like a second or a third wind. But then they need to transition to sleep. And for me, usually around 8 and I go to bed at 9 p.m., I do feel more alert and focused and like getting things done. And I sometimes feel like I don't want to go to sleep, but instead want to stay up. But I know that then my morning is not going to be as productive and my sleep will not be as good. So I tend to motivate myself to go to bed. But not always my mind wants to go to bed. It's still thinking, it's still analyzing, it's still going through different plans, ideas. And so to bring that alert and awake and focused brain chemistry down and instead engage certain neurocircuits to produce more chill chemicals like GABA, for example, or serotonin, I do a couple of things. I take hot shower. Hot shower in the evening helps you to switch temperature of your body. First, you get hot, but then your brain starts cooling down program, so to speak. So your brain will try to cool you down, and that change in body core temperature from hot to cool, that is what needed for sleep, and it's one of the signals for your brain, for your body to start falling asleep. So take that hot shower or hot bath, it doesn't matter. And then what I recommend to all of my clients, have some sort of activity for 10-15 minutes that kind of tells your brain, conditions your brain like a Pavlov's dog, and it really works. Our brain is very conditioning kind of device. So whatever you do before sleep, if you do it consistently, your brain starts associating that with sleep and preparing you for sleep neurochemically and biochemically. So I always recommend to my busy clients, have some activity. For somebody, it can be playing music. For somebody, it can be reading a book. For somebody, it can be doing some crafts or woodwork, whatever that is, but dedicate that. For somebody, it can be journaling, also a great thing to do. Just don't try to get too analytical and problem solving, otherwise probably not going to be good for chill time. So have some activity that conditions your brain, that basically gives your brain a signal to start preparing you for bed. For me, it's usually some sort of foam rolling. I might listen to the music. I might read a less engaging book, like fiction, for example. And I dedicate those 10 minutes to that activity that after a while you doing that will give your brain a strong signal that this is the time that is time to get ready for bed. And then when I'm in bed, I do again the same yoga nidra, the same NSDR, non-deep rest protocol that we did for midday refresher. And I don't know exactly how it works, but for falling asleep, it works like magic. When I use it, and I tried and tested without it, when I use it, I fall asleep almost instantly. So I go through this protocol, it's on my phone, and then I turn off all of the devices, etc. I put them down, and I don't remember how I fall asleep. It happens that fast. And side note, don't forget that bright light will keep you alert. That bright light changes the way your melatonin works and produced. And so if you expose yourself to bright light in the evening, means like less than 2 or even 1 hour before bed, if you look at your screens without any filter, if you don't turn on night mode on your phone that changes the light, then that will keep you awake and alert. Please also make sure that your light hygiene is optimized for sleep. Bright light will get you out of this sleep state. It will actually cut your melatonin production, sometimes in half, sometimes more than that. Some experts show, of course, it depends on how much bright light you get, but it can completely destroy your melatonin, and you might be in bed but not feeling sleepy. That if you feel that, you might be destroying your melatonin with that bright light exposure. So just be aware of that. But back to that evening chill. So have this hot shower. Also taking magnesium glycinate will help, or biglycinate, and there's another form of magnesium that I'm going to put in the show notes for you. I always take that in the evening. That also helps to create the calm and relaxed state, but not necessary. So the most important things: take a hot shower to change your core temperature ready, to make it ready for sleep from hot to cold. Have the chill activity for 10 minutes. That can be reading a book, journaling, listening, or playing music. And then try deep rest, non-sleep deep rest protocol or yoga nidra, and see what it does for you. For me, it helps me sleep like magic. Again, I fall asleep really fast when I don't do it and I'm still active. I don't fall asleep that fast, so try it out. And that's about it, what I wanted to share with you today. These protocols to manage your energy level, to be exactly where you need it to be productive during the day, and then chill and restful at night. So morning refresher, morning Kickstarter, midday refresher, and evening chiller or evening chill. Re-listen to this podcast episode if you need to brushing them up in your mind. Take notes, and then take one protocol and introduce it into your day for 2-3 days. See how it works, adjust it, make it your own, and then introduce the second, introduce the third, and see how much more control of your energy you actually have when you are intentional about it, instead of just kind of going with the flow and then complaining that you don't feel the way you need to feel. So these are a very powerful, effective protocols that will adjust your energy for the purpose at hand, either to be more productive, more alert, more focused, or chill and ready to go to sleep. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out, Angela@brainbreakthroughcoach.com, if you need more information, more tips, videos or supplementation advice, whatever that might be. If you have questions, please reach out. And then also don't forget that the best thing you can do for this podcast is to share it with other people who might be struggling with sleep, who might be struggling with their productivity, who might be struggling with their energy in the morning or in the afternoon. Please do share so we all learn how to stay more productive, so we deliver our genius into the world and make this world a better place for everyone. So please share. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your focus, for attention, for energy. And till next time, have an awesome weekend or whatever that might be, whatever day of the week that might be. Have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you very soon.